Ooh, what y'all eating tonight? What are y'all eating tonight? We having steak, baby, tonight. Let's make steak tonight. Let me show y'all how I made this steak. And it is good. So y'all know, we first wash those potatoes out. Rinse them off real good. Cut them up in half. I cut these potatoes in half to save on cooking time. So you know, cut them up, rinse them off real good. Use potatoes of your choice. Make sure the water is boiling. Over salt the water because you know potatoes take up a lot of salt. Need a lot of salt. Then we take these ribeyes. I got some really thin ribeyes because we don't have all night to be cooking. Got these really thin ribeyes. Rinse them off real good. Clean them up. Don't forget to check on your potatoes. But anyway, rinse them off and let's season them up. We're going to use the steakhouse season. That is the only season that we're using with salt. Steakhouse season. We got this butter garlic. We're going to put on there. We put some onion powder on there. We put some garlic powder on there. Season them up real good. And y'all, look. Here in our kitchen down south, we use our hand. We don't use no gloves. We use our hand to mix our stuff up. That's just what it is. We're in our kitchen. Our hands are clean. Go with it. You're gonna put some olive oil in your pan and some of them rich people butter. I put about 2 or 3 tablespoons in there. Teaspoon. I put some butter in there. Put some whole garlic cloves in there. I want to make sure y'all using a cast iron skillet. That's the best thing to use when you're doing steak. But a cast iron is the best thing. So then I added some thyme. I added some rosemary. I stirred it around in the pot, real good so that it can kind of get fragrant and, all those flavors can mesh together. And then I added my steak in there. You want to have the pot on a hot pot, a hot skillet. Put that steak on there. I seared it real good on one side, y'all. I did not sear it too much on the other side because remember, these steaks are really thin. So we don't need a long sear. The first side was a good sear. The second side, once I turned it over, I basted and took it off the pot. I put it in the oven for a little while. Not long, y'all, because remember, these are very thin steaks. So you don't want to dry them out or any of that. Then I checked on my potatoes. I poured the water off of it. I smashed it up with a masher. We don't like a lot of skin in there. We like the skin, but not overbearing. So I kind of took some of the skin out of there. I used some heavy whipping cream. I used some unsalted butter. Now, if you don't have unsalted butter, use salted butter. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to taste if it's salted or not. Then I put some of the garlic butter in there. Use basically some of the same stuff I use, except I added ground black pepper, and I actually added salt to the mashed potatoes only, because the potatoes need salt. Otherwise, it's going to be real bland now. Come on. Put your powder in there. Stir those up real good. And then I also added sour cream. Sour cream makes it creamy and gives it a good flavor. So make sure you add some sour cream. Trust me on this. You won't do it the same if you don't use that. Normally, y'all use Parmesan cheese in the round tub container, but this is what I had in my refrigerator, so this was my portion for tonight. Still tastes the same. Everything was good. So I took those steaks out the oven. You see how good they look. They're still juicy. They're not dried out. I did not leave them in there for long because what we don't want is a dry steak. The potatoes were creamy. They were good. Just good, y'all. Here I am plating it here. This was a win-win steak dinner. My daughters, they had friends, they had company over. It was a win for all of us, y'all. Try it and let me know what y'all think. All right, y'all. Good steak night. Have a good night, y'all.